Bertolt Friedrich Eugen Brecht was born in Augsburg, Germany, on February the 10th, 1898. By adolescence, he was already a prolific and individual poet. His first plays were dark, romantic, and expressionist. By the 1920s, he was beginning to find his own voice in a series of stage works and verse which borrowed and stole ideas from every kind of source. In the early 30s, he became a stricter, more severe writer, a Marxist, committed to a theater of political analysis and directive, a theater of alienation from conventional emotion and cozy realism. Hitler's arrival in 1933 sent him into exile, to Scandinavia, to Finland, and finally to the United States. He spent the war in Hollywood. The anti-communist witch hunts of the late 1940s drove him back to Europe. He settled in East Berlin and founded his own permanent theater, the Berliner Ensemble. He died on the 14th of August, 1956.
Ladies and gentlemen, turn up your sets for an hour with Brecht. Relax, place your bets. Creative genius or party hack, sparkling wit or Germanic bore. Light your cigar, settle back. Meet the true Brecht on our studio floor. See him first as a wandering poet of Bohème, pursuing sensual pleasures, and lastly, fame. 1. Brecht the Troubadour.
You may know my name, if not this face. Bertolt Brecht, playwright, poet. The Threepenny Opera and Mother Courage are the ones people know best. A German, yes, but kindly give us, my players and I, the benefit of the doubt. We plan to entertain you at the most light-headed level. The Song of the Dead Soldier.
When the fifth spring came and still the war made ne'er a pause for breath, the soldier who knew what a soldier's for died a hero's death. Without the Kaiser's permission, though, the somber rolled in like a wave. Then came a medical commission, oh, to that young soldier's grave. When the doctor examined the soldier gay, all what of him was left, he softly said, this man's 1A, and simply evading the draft, they filled him up with brandy, though his flesh had putrefied, and kept 2 nurses handy, and his half-naked wife at his side. Behind the priest there beat and blew trumpet and kettle drum. The soldier who knew what he had to do kicked out his legs from his bum.
There you see the young Brecht. His companion's name escapes me. He had his own escape. Though conscripted in 1916 at the age of 18, he served as a medical orderly in an Augsburg hospital. When the doctor ordered me, amputate a leg, Brecht, I would answer, yes, Your Excellency, and cut off the leg. The poet observed the Spartacist revolution with skepticism, no time for politics. There is pain in the womb of the world, and no solutions, only art. But I hate war. They will say of the very young Brecht, that I who created Baal had to be saved from perdition by Marxism. That scandalous anarchist of the senses, Baal. A poet, a murderer, a law unto himself. A man's a man, come on then, he says to the girl, then rapes her. And now, redeemed by Marxism, I decline to repudiate that monster's love of pleasure, his search for happiness, his fall into the void. Are man and the world not coupled like two dogs? Baal at least dared to look his partner in the eye.
Brecht, the magpie.
I've been watching the animals, the coupling. But among us, the coupling of organs doesn't make up for the divisions caused by speech. If you cram a ship's hold full of human bodies so it almost bursts, there will be such loneliness in that ship that they'll freeze to death. Enough of tricks. In the epic theatre, we do not collapse the world into a heap of strong sensations. We smoke and keep our eyes open. But that Brecht, ambitious little Augsburger, he was nothing but a petty bourgeois romantic, affecting a tough guy style. He had neither absorbed the Marxist classics nor trod the political road. It is for that reason that I do not present him in the cold, classical style I later developed. From now on, we will see the needle being threaded. No seams without stitches in this theatre. But we have a problem.
Is the name of the problem by any chance Konstantin Stanislavski?
Oh, so you've heard of him?
Oh, we hear of him every day from you.
All right, off with you all. Go and work with the genius Stanislavski in the Moscow Art Theatre. Pays excellent, I understand. And never forget, he directed Chekhov's plays with Chekhov himself, just imagine, standing at his elbow. Oh, he'll teach you all the most subtle and up-to-date things, not to ham, not to strut and preen about the stage like a matinee idol. He'll show you how to get so deep under the skin of a character that you live his life, day and night, off stage and on, yes.
So you want us to strut and preen like matinee idols, then?
Yes, like Shakespeare. I want a theatre that shows itself to be a theatre.
Now comes the threepenny opera, an overnight sensation. Observe also his uncanny mastery of alienation. The critics, they shake their heads. What next? That Brecht has gone and stolen another text. No joy, says he, in the work of one mind alone. Scarce 2 lines in 10, I freely confess, are my own. Studies Engels, Lenin, our own Bernard Shaw. Embraces the international working class. What a bore.
Next play. When poor Baal tells the girl he is raping that a man's a man, he means men are and always will remain the same. Now, when we say it, we mean the opposite. That man is whatever is made of him or whatever he makes of himself.
In the land of the Maharajas, a British machine gun unit is about to meet with a setback. How much whiskey have we got left?
We need 11 more bottles. We need money.
Money?
Money! You know, there are people who have something against soldiers, but a single one of these pagodas contains more copper than it takes to send a regiment from Calcutta to London.
Which is why we have just now entered into. Well, tried to. Unfortunately, leaving behind our comrade Uriah Jip, because he lost half his hair in the event, which is a definite liability, because he has to be accounted for. And here comes the reason why.
Nothing in a very long time has struck me, Sergeant Charles Fairchild, alias Bloody Fine, alias the Tiger of Kilcoa, as so strange as this burglary in the pagoda of the Yellow Monks. Somewhere there is a machine gun unit where there must be a man who's lost half his hair. You've seen the man who's lost half his hair, haven't you?
No.
Sergeant, why is your man missing? I'll make you a lot. Wish that martial law had been declared in your mother's wombs.
This road is very little frequented. A woman might have a hard time of it here, vis-a-vis any man who might wish to embrace her.
I must hurry back to Kilcoa. I still have a fish to buy.
This is our man.
This is a man who can't say no.
Even has red hair like good old Chip.
My dear sir, I wonder if you could do us a favour without going to any trouble yourself.
It would therefore be a great help if you would put on the uniform of one of our comrades and call out his name.
Well, it isn't that I wouldn't very much like to oblige, but I must rush home.
Are we addressing the owner of the camp canteen? The world-famous Widow Bagbic? We are? May I be open with you, Widow Bagbic?
The world is a dangerous place.
Now, all we need is an elephant called Rudyard Kipling.
So you've noticed I'm under fire as a plagiarist. Well, let me remind you that no book is better than the one written by the Chinese philosopher Chang Tzu. 9/10 of it copied from other books.
If this galley gay enters into a deal concerning an elephant called Rudyard Kipling, and there's something fishy about that deal, he will be in more hot water than that fish he hasn't pulled. Galley gay, you're in the market for an elephant.
And you three will help me pack up my canteen when we leave for Tibet?
Of course.
Good. I'm in the market for an elephant.
Well, if you really want an elephant, I just happen to have one with me.
Are you sure he belongs to you?
Like my own foot. Weighs 300 weight.
300 rupees, then.
Going.
Your name?
I'd rather my name was kept out of it.
In the king's name, here comes the trial of the man who wanted his name kept out.
Did I hear you say your name was Galligay?
If my name was Galligay, I'd be the man you're looking for. But it's not.
Selling a fake elephant made of paper. The military court of Kilcoa sentences you to be shot. One, two...
No, Humphrey! It might be too late. My name is Uriah Jip, I swear it. What's an elephant compared to a man?
Three!
My mother used to say, only believe. And I do. I believe one man is as good as another. Well, I'm saying what I mean. You
watch how Gally Guy goes on to become a human fighting machine.
But a man is what others make him. Peasant, thief, or hero. The suggestion that one man is as good as another brings a playwright neither fame nor fortune. Please. So I wrote the Threepenny Opera. Fortunately, the audience misunderstood the play, as usual. I had in mind that the crooks on stage were mere amateurs compared with those in the stalls. The play was taken to mean, eat first, moralize later. Everyone was happy.
Your brother might be fond of you, but if the meat supply won't do, he'd cut you down right where you stood. We'd all be loyal if we could.
Your good wife might be fond of you, but if your love for her won't do, she'd cut you down right where you stood. We'd all be grateful if we could.
Your children might be fond of you, but if your pension would not do, they'd cut you down right where you stood. We'd all be human if we could.
We do not mind confessing, the whole thing is depressing. The world is poor and men are bad, and we have nothing more to add.
The bourgeois audience wants to be told that men are bad. The truth is that men are not bad enough to survive in the world they have created. But the bourgeoisie don't want to be told that. They go to the theater to peep through keyholes at real life. They abandon themselves to theatrical motions and then go home to bed content. Nothing in the world can be changed. But with epic theater, the spectator observes the process of art. His intelligence is mobilized. He makes up his own mind. I discarded human nature and showed instead human relations. I demonstrated that the smallest social unit is not one human being, but two. When I address you coldly and broadly in the driest terms, without looking at you, I address you merely like reality itself. Now, that is an actress called Carola Nair, alias Polly Peachum. I taught her all kinds of things. For example, she learned from me how to wash herself. Carola used to wash just so as not to be dirty, which is clearly an impossible attitude. So, I taught her how to wash her face, and she grew perfect at it. Later, she fled from the Nazis and took refuge in the Soviet Union, where she died in the purges, like my friend Sergei Tretyakov, like Maya Holt.
Wollen den Kindern zu Schanden reiten, links, links, links. Blaujacken, hey, wann greift ihr an? Fürchtet ihr Ozeanstürme? Wurden im Hafen
Brecht, the Marxist.
rast ich die Panzertürme. Lasst den Briten...
Give us light on our stage, lighting engineer. How can we, playwrights and actors, present our images of the world in semi-darkness? Please rehearse.
1. The mother cooks soup for her son, who is going to work.
I'm ashamed to pour out soup like this for my son. And yet...
Wait. Props. Owen. Props. Props. Owen. Ah. That pot, is it meant to be clean or dirty?
She keeps it clean. She's that kind of woman.
How long she owned it?
22 years, since almost before she was married.
For 22 years, she has struggled to keep that pot clean. Time always defeats such endeavors. Where is the layer of dirt that has eaten into the metal?
But that is naturalism, boss.
No. I do not expect the woman who wears these garments to believe she is the mother. Instead, I want to witness a cutting interplay between the face of the actress and the face of the mother superimposed on it. Nor do I expect anyone to believe that this pot is 22 years old. But we must first find the reality before we stress the performance, the non-reality. Please continue. Good.
I'm ashamed to pour out soup like this for my son. Yet I can't put more fat into it. Only last week, they took a kopeck an hour out of his wages. What right do I, Pelageya Vlasova, have anyway?
Wait. I'm not clear whether poverty has shrunken your stomach or whether slops such as these are not acceptable. Perhaps you're not clear.
Well, should I be clear? Isn't that the Stanislavski method you hate so much?
Sorry. Well then, let's assume that Pavel tends to be distracted, that he's a bookworm. And in any case, he never did think our food was good enough for him.
Sure. That's what Pavel is like, eh?
Uh-huh.
But we don't want to know what this Pavel is like. We want to know what's happened to all the Pavels.
Okay. Then he's hungry. He's deeply hungry. But gruel like this is uneatable.
Correct. Once again, we see how an actor must get under the skin of a character before coming out from under and showing his own skin.
Two, Pavel's friends meet in the mother's house.
Pavel, I don't want the landlord complaining that people come here at 5 in the morning to print things. That won't help in the least to pay our rent.
If you have an empty plate, how do you expect to sup? It's up to you to take the state, turn it over, bottoms up, till you have filled your plate. Help yourself, no need to wait.
3, to protect her son Pavel from the police, the mother volunteers to take his place and to hand out leaflets outside the factory gate.
I'm sure this is a very bad cause that I am helping. But I must keep Pavel out of it. What these leaflets say, I shall never know. I can't read.
Soon the mother joins a peaceful demonstration of workers.
The police won't do anything against a peaceful demonstration. Let me have that flag. I will take it. Give it here. All of this must be changed. Communism is good for us. What is this talk against communism? It's sensible. Anyone can understand it. It's easy. If you're not an exploiter, you can grasp it. It's good for you. You find out about it. The exploiters call it a crime, but we know it is the end of crime. It is not chaos, but order. It is the simple thing, so hard to bring about.
This play was seen by 15,000 working-class women in Berlin. Then the police came.
Which of you has had Bertolt Brecht? Are you Herr Brecht?
Not entirely.
We're closing your show. Conspiracy to Revolution. You can do readings. Halt! The son moved his hand to emphasize a point. Gestures are subversive.
Mine is a theater of gestures.
Halt! The mother turned her head when she talked to the son. That's acting. Clear the auditorium, close the theater. Now, Brecht. Why not stick to operettas and get rich, huh? Pretty girls. The spirit of the times. Falling in love again, never wanted to.
The other day, I met my audience in a dusty street. He gripped a pneumatic drill in his fists. For a second, he looked up. Rapidly, I set up my theater between the houses. He looked expectant. Today, I brought it off again. Outside the station with brass bands and rifle butts, I saw him being herded off to war. In the midst of the crowd, I set up my theater. Over his shoulder, he looked back and nodded. It isn't just that they've taken my house, my fish ponds, and my car from me. Now they've stolen my stage and my audience. I can't write from my desk drawer. I visited Moscow. The poets are having a hard time there. Mayakovsky dead, Tretyakov dead, Meyerholt dead. Of course, I cannot publish such reflections. Of course not. Fleeing from my fellow countrymen, I have now reached Finland. We change our countries more often than our shoes. Over the radio, I hear the victory bulletins of the scum of the earth. Curiously, I examine a map of the continent. High up in Lapland, towards the Arctic Ocean, I can still see a small door. My little daughter comes home in the afternoon complaining that no child will play with her. She is a German and comes from a nation of gangsters. Brothers, if I were among you, if I were one of you on the eastern snowfields, one of you thousands among the iron carts, I would say what you say. Surely somewhere must be a road back home. In the school
fool Atlas. The road to Smolensk is no longer than the Fuhrer's little finger.
Only because I was a slave and was taught to do it, have I gone out to kill and to burn, and now must be hunted, and now must be slain.
California, exiled, without honor, and unknown. He churns out the film scripts he will later disown. For nowhere are his talents less understood than that brash mahogany called Hollywood, summoned by the House Committee as a dangerous red. He packs his bags ready to go. Mr. Brecht, were you ever a communist?
No, 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 no.
You tell the committee now, Mr. Brecht. In 1930, did you with Hans Eisler write a play entitled D-I-E, capital M-A-S-S-N-A-H-M-E?
Die Maßnahme.
Did you write such a play?
Yes, yes.
Would you explain to the committee the theme of that play?
In yet another country, the ranks of the fighters are joined and the revolution marches on. We agree to what you have done.
Now, Mr. Brecht, would you tell the committee whether or not one of the characters in this play was murdered by his comrades because it was in the best interest of the Communist Party? Is that true?
No, that is not really so.
We killed him. We shot him and threw him into a lime pit.
He wanted to die.
So they killed him?
No, they did not kill him, not in this story. He killed himself.
We killed him. And when the lime had devoured him, we returned to our work. We agree to what you have done.
Now, Brecht contemplates questions of good and evil. The way things are, and the way things might be. He is much entertained by paradoxes. Simple solutions no longer attract him. Now, see what he means by justice. 2 summers and 2 winters, a poor man judged the poor, and on the wreck of justice he brought them safe to shore. For he spoke in the mob language that the mob understands. Aye, 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 quite as that, take bribes from empty hands. Now, listen to the story of the trial concerning the child of the Governor Abashvili to establish the true mother by the famous test of the chalk circle.
A most cruel fate, sir, forces me to ask you to return my beloved child. It's not for me to describe to you the tortures of a bereaved mother's soul.
I demand the truth.
The truth.
No. The cold truth.
Cold truth. Yes. Cold truth.
Oh. Especially from you.
Your Worship, by an unfortunate chain of circumstances, the child, Michael Abashvili, was left behind, while his mother fled for her life during the late revolution. Grusha, a palace kitchen maid, seizing her chance...
All that creature was thinking about was her dresses and her jewelry.
He's mine. I always found him something to eat.
It's outrageous the way this lady has been treated. The revenue of her late husband's estate is blocked because they are tied to the heir. She can't do anything without the child. She can't even pay her lawyers.
Oh, please, shh, honored Sandro Abalonzi.
Not at all. Huh? The court has touched the mention of the estates. It shows proof of human interest. So you claim that the child is yours?
Yes. Yes.
Grusha, try saying it like this. Yes. Yes. After all, she's lying.
But it's a white lie she's telling. I'm not even sure if Grusha believes it's any kind of lie. I mean, she has to lie, doesn't she, for the child's sake?
Oh, I've never studied Grusha's motives, but I have studied an audience's motives.
10 to 1, a bourgeois audience will start off by supporting the governor's wife. So you have to give that slut all the sympathetic lines.
My view, not only all the Grushas in the audience, but all the governors and their wives sitting there will be rooting for Grusha. That is why it is essential that we gain some sympathy for this poor woman who has gone through all the torment of labor only to have a child taken away from her by this thief, this cunning peasant girl whose innocent face masks a spirit of greed. Only then can we get an audience to use its head rather than its heart to grasp why Grusha's title to the child must prevail. Please continue.
So you claim that the child is your own?
Yes.
Yet you are not married. Were you whoring then? Well, I don't want to hear any more of your lies. I'll cut it short.
I can quite understand you wanting to cut things short.
Shut up!
Having seen what you received.
I never did get anything from starvelings. You want justice, but you don't want to pay for it.
You jump on us because we don't talk refined like that lot with their lawyers.
Exactly. Exactly. The likes of you are stupid. It's only right that you should get it in the neck. You should have wagged your backside at me to keep me in a good temper. Fine 10 piastres for contempt of court.
You drunken onion! I've no respect for you, you bribe taker! Aren't you ashamed of yourself when you see how afraid I am of you? You've let yourself become their servant, those bedbugs. She's too refined even to know how to change its nappies.
Fine 20 piastres for contempt.
Fine day. Let's go fishing, said the angler to the worm.
Better a treasure in the sewer than a stone in a mountain stream.
I won't give him away. I've brought him up, and he knows me.
The poor child. He's in rags. He's been in a pigsty. Look at his features. They're mine. She's a criminal. She should be whipped.
Get a piece of chalk. Now chalk a circle on the floor. Now, place the child in the center. And let each mother take the child by the hand. The true mother is she who has the strength to pull the child out of the circle.
High Court of Justice, the fate of the great Abashvili estates. My client does not command the same physical strength as this person who is accustomed to physical work.
She looks well enough fed to me. Pull.
What did I say? The bonds of blood.
I brought him up. Am I to tear him to pieces? I can't do it.
You take the child and be off with it. You disappear before I charge you for fraud. Your estates fall to the city. The children's playground shall be made of them. They shall be known as the Garden of Isaac.
A revolutionary conclusion. The biological mother's blood type is a supreme symbol of hereditary ownership. The court prefers a claim based on a useful relationship, a working relationship of mutual benefit, which, if you wish to be sentimental, you can call love. That's not a word Bertolt Brecht would ever employ. Though bearing the Marxist equivalent of original sin, the People's Poet now settles in East Berlin, but with prospects there somewhat fraught, takes care to obtain an Austrian passport. Says Brecht, I hate to flatter or dissemble, but who's the logical man to boss the Berliner ensemble? Forgive our prologue if irreverent or cynical we've been, but to Brecht we owe the lesson. People are rarely what they seem.
Back in my country, after 15 years' exile, I have moved into a fine new house. Every day as I drive through the ruins, I am reminded of the privileges to which I owe this house. Why do I work here, in the Eastern Zone? Should I work on the other side, amongst those Semite-slaying apostles of democracy, amongst those Nazi women who keep their skirts high up in the air to catch Allied sweets and cigarettes? Besides, where else but here could I work on my own plays for a whole year with 50 actors and a company of 200? Please understand poor Bertolt Brecht, who has written much and been performed little. Ah, look who comes. The state must eventually wither away, says the state. I know I really ought to wither away, but just now, comrades of the Arts Commission, I understand you do not approve of my production of The Trial of Lucullus. It is indeed a great comfort to us artists to know that the government takes such an interest in our endeavors. Yeah. Well, say your lines. Don't hesitate. Perform. There are no spies here.
Brecht, is your Lucullus in fact the realism that our people demand? Does it portray typical figures in typical surroundings?
Brecht, you have promised to write a new play about the society we are building here in the People's Republic. But where are your rehearsals? Where is the play?
Frankly, the party regards Lucullus as a relapse into negativity, doubt, and weakness. Why are there no violins in Dessau's score? Why so much percussion?
Brecht, are you in earnest?
I must confess, I am not completely in earnest. I think too much about artistic problems, about what is good for the theatre. Oh, come on, you're overplaying your part, even as an improvisation.
You have grossly underestimated the significance of the Stanislavski method for the development of the German national theatre.
Enough! Oh, what's got into you? Relax. You, Werner, take off that ridiculous moustache. What? You've actually cultivated that awful growth in imitation of Arts Commissioner Obermeyer. Stanislavski, you are among us! Listen to the deafening applause from the West, from beyond the sector boundary, from the forces of freedom. the Judas kiss. Even the narrowest minds in which peace is harbored are more welcome to the arts than the art lovers who also love the art of war.
Surely they've distorted your words.
Brecht, listen. Bertolt Brecht to Walter Ulbricht, 17th of June, 1953. I feel the need to express to you at this moment my attachment to the Socialist Unity Party. Yours, Bertolt Brecht.
The whole world is watching you, Brecht.
Very well. Take this down. Bertolt Brecht to Walter Ulbricht. I hope the provocateurs will now be isolated and their networks destroyed, and that the workers who demonstrated injustifiable dissatisfaction will not be placed upon the same footing as the provocateurs.
Oh, Brecht.
Bertolt Brecht to Walter Ulbricht, undated, unsigned, undelivered. They tell us the people have forfeited the confidence of the government. In that case, would it not be simpler for the government to dissolve the people and elect another?
Brecht died on the 14th of August, 1956, 2 weeks before the Berliner Ensemble left for their first visit to London. He had once written,
Indeed, I live in the dark ages. By chance, I was spared. If luck leaves me, I am lost. I ate my food between massacres. I looked upon nature with impatience. There was little I could do. Alas, we, who tried to lay the foundations of kindness, could not ourselves be kind. But you, when at last the time has come to pass that man can help his fellow man, do not judge us too harshly.
But before we take our leave, we offer what we honestly believe to be Brecht's most beguiling play. Ladies and gentlemen, the story of the good person, Shente.
I am Wang, a water seller in the capital of Sichuan province. Utter poverty is the rule here. All agree that only the gods can help us. These three must be gods. At least they show no sign of having any occupation. I hear they are searching the province for one good person. Obviously not me. Rumor has it the gods now believe that no one can live on this earth and remain good. Here comes Shente, the prostitute. Shente, are you good?
I should certainly like to be, but how am I to pay the rent? Even by breaking 2 of the commandments, I can hardly manage.
Believe it or not, The gods later decided that Shantae was a truly good person because she alone in our town would put them up for the night. There has been gossip about that, but never mind. Oh, the gods rewarded her with 1,000 silver dollars, which I call very practical.
I've used the money to buy this little tobacconist shop. A shop of my own. I hope to do a lot of good here. Beginning with Mrs. Shin. I think she wants some rice for her children. Good heavens. How the word gets around. These two were my first landlords when I arrived from the country. When what little money I had ran out, they threw me on the street. Oh, their nephew as well. They are poor. They have no shelter. They have no friends. They need someone. How can they be refused? It's a bit crowded in here. Just one moment, please. The dinghy that might have saved us is straightway sucked into the sea. Too many of the drowning snatch greedily at us.
So the desperate Shantae resolved to find a remedy. To be bad as well as good. In short, to be two people. See now how she comes disguised as a distant male cousin, Shui Ta, a fella with a reputation as a hard-headed businessman.
My cousin Shantae asked me to tell you that she has suspended her hospitable activity for an unlimited period. There are too many of you. This is a tobacco shop, not a gold mine. Rope. I don't know you, but you're not to do it.
Do you know what an airman is?
Yes. I met some airmen at a tea house.
Well, I am an airman. Without an aircraft, a male pilot without mail.
Who wants my water in this weather?
Oh, Wang! I've just met a very brave and clever person. He's an airman. And I want to buy some of your water. Airmen are braver than other humans.
She's in love. Hello, gods. Can you hear me? Your chosen one, Shantae, she's in love. And with an airman, too. Ever seen him passing by up there? One other thing. Shantae went away for the day, and her cousin, Shui Ta, appeared from nowhere. Made himself pretty unpopular. Hold on. Here he comes.
I am Yang Sun. Is Senche in?
No, she's away for a week.
But you're her cousin, eh? Well, I expect you're in the picture about me and her. Nice places. A real shop. Oh, boy, I'm going to be flying again. Do you think we can squeeze an extra $300 silver out of this place?
My cousin tells me she's already given you 200.
It's like this. The airport superintendent in Peking has offered me a job as a mail pilot, if I cough up $500 silver.
I take it your intention is to marry my cousin.
I'd be prepared to.
She's a human being, sir. And not devoid of common sense.
Shente is a woman. She is devoid of common sense. I have only to feel her breasts and she hears church bells.
Naturally, you'd take her with you to Peking.
No way. She'd only be a liability. At first, do you understand me? Well, I leave it to you. Either I get the extra $300 or the whole deal's off.
Oh, grief! A single human weakness and you can be shoveled away! A caress becomes a stranglehold. A sigh of love turns to a cry of fear. Why are there vultures circling in the air? A girl is going to meet her lover. But still I want him. I'm carrying his child. But I'm in debt. I shall lose everything. I shall lose this job. Oh, what kind of a world do we live in?
Holy water, so that's it. Wait. Here comes the rich barber, Shu Fu. Shente never has anything to do with him, though he's always asking her to marry him.
Shente, it is not for nothing that this malicious and distrustful district has christened you the Angel of the Slums. I cannot stand by and see your little shop closed, this haven of refuge. Herewith I have made out a blank check.
She won't accept it, of course.
Fill it in for any sum you like. And now I must go away, modestly, quietly, on tiptoe, demanding absolutely nothing in return.
$10,000 silver dollars. Ah! Oh, joy. A small being is coming to life in my body, and he shall not be poor. Come, my son. Inspect your world. That is a tree. Bow politely. Greet him. Uh-oh. There's the policeman. I think we will avoid him. Perhaps we might go and collect 1 or 2 cherries from rich old Shufu's orchard over there.
Shantae,
Oh, Wang.
this poor boy is homeless. His father is the carpenter who put up the shelves in your shop, remember?
Wang, why are you suddenly so unfriendly?
Your cousin, Shui Ta, sent this boy's father packing with less than half the money owed to him, remember?
Oh, son of mine, what sort of a world awaits you? Henceforward I shall fight for at least my own.
Don't jump to conclusions.
All is not lost. We struck a bargain with Shantae.
Her cousin, Shui Ta, could call in from time to time.
Once a week, no more. In return for which, we agreed to regard Shantae as a God-fearing person. There you are. Light your cigars. Everything's been amicably arranged. But will man ever be truly human until this world of his is changed?